leader in car number 10. 8 cars, 8 laps the distance. Joined tonight by Tommy Googe and Clinton Jeffrey. My name Greg Kelman. Welcome to Ohsweken Speedway for the first green flag of the night.
So good even start there. Rob Slater takes the early advantage into turn number 1. Dave Goodacre going to try and follow him through 3 wide here. And Slater now takes the lead. Mark Thorne falling back as Dan Stewart gets around him.
Down into turn 3, here they come. Robinson working on the inside, or actually Goodacre back there in the 05. Sorry, running in second. Slater gets a little bit sideways out of 4, and that's going to give Mitchell Brown a good run at him. Down the front stretch they go.
Yeah, my apologies. That is David Goodacre in the 05. Rick Robinson has the blue team car. A little confusion there, but Rob Slater leads the way, and it's David Goodacre in second. Mitchell Brown all the way from the back of the pack. He's up to the 3rd spot, charging hard for second.
Mitchell Brown on the outside of Dave Goodacre right now, and he's going to try and go after Rob Slater here on the outside, come down the front straightaway. Dave Goodacre going to make it 3 wide going into turn number 1, and he backs off. Thinks wiser that, and Mitchell Brown takes over the lead.
Around turn 2, here comes Mitchell Brown. He's been lightning quick at the end of last year and, of course, through the beginning of this year. But look at this race for second. Down into turn 3 they come. It'll be Slater still maintaining that run for second, but he's got Dan Stewart knocking on the back door.
They get squirrely off of corner number 4. You got a 6-car race for the 2nd spot. David Goodacre has that 2nd spot. Slater right there. Dan Stewart in the 27. The 113 of Mark Thorne, Drew Spencer, and Mike Evers all right there. And Jonathan Ayrton beat up on the rear end of car number 9.
Hard hit in turn 4. Greg just tail slapped it at full speed for Ayrton, and he will take that number 9 back to the pits. Tommy.
Yeah, a lot of bumper tag going on out there right now. Track's still a little bit sloppy out there, and these guys are sliding around a bit. And there's another tap by Dan Stewart on the back of Rob Slater here. Stewart going to go to the bottom, and Slater trying to straighten out.
So it will be Goodacre trying to chase down Mitchell Brown. He can't do it as Mitchell Brown pulls away. Both the 2 leaders looking great, and a good battle shaping up for 3rd. Stewart with that spot now, Greg.
Mitchell Brown stretching it out over David Goodacre with 5 laps complete, 3 to go. Goodacre 2nd, Dan Stewart 3rd, Drew Spencer in 4th. The fight right now is for the 5th position. Slater and Mark Thorne going at it. Slater, though, holds the position down. We come down to 2 laps to go for young Mitchell Brown.
Mitch Brown out front by a wide margin right now. Dave Goodacre in 2nd. He's got that left rear sitting down on the straightaways. Not sure if he's got a shock problem there or if he wants it like that. In 3rd spot is Dan Stewart as the 88 of Hallett trying to challenge right now.
Kelly Hallett working a 1-car length advantage behind Dan Stewart in the 27. White flag out now for leader Mitch Brown as 2nd place. Goodacre crosses the line.
Mitchell Brown leading the way, coming down to the checkered flag this time by this young man on a hot streak in 2009. 4 features, he's got 3 wins. Came close to making it 4 for 4. There's the checkered flag in heat race number 1 going to Mitchell Brown. David Goodacre will finish 2nd. The fight is on right now between Dan Stewart and either Kelly Hallett or Drew Spencer. I believe that's Kelly Hallett tonight in the 88. We'll get that confirmed for sure.
Well, if you believe in Facebook at all, I think I'm one of Kelly's Facebook friends, and it did say, great, his first week cleared to race and it's going to rain. But so I think that is Kelly Hallett, but your dad will check that out for us, Greg.
Spot in car 28 and rolling off 6th in car number 72. It's Kevin Hilborn, the 2nd place point driver right now in 2009 behind Mitchell Brown. Off a corner 4, green flag about to come in the air for Esso MiniStock heat race number 2.
Mike Giverson gets a pretty good start there. Ethan Martin right on the inside, and Emberson is trying to push Giverson around the top side right now. Everybody right in a pack right now as Emberson's going to try and make it 3 wide coming out of the corner, but Giverson gets a good run. He'll take over the lead.
We saw this type of run last week for Mike Giverson, and he was battling with these same Mustang-type cars up at the front. The old beat-up pinball machine takes the lead down the front straightaway with Ethan Martin trying to get it back into 1.
Whatever Giverson's done in the last 2 weeks, it has worked, and I believe, like Tommy touched on earlier, Mike likes a wet, heavy track, and right now it's playing into his favor, but Ethan Martin slips it down to the inside, grabs the lead, and now Rick Emberson looking for that 2nd position.
So Ethan Martin will lead the 3rd lap here. Rick Emerson challenging the 11 of Iverson in turn number 1. He'll take over the second spot. Now here comes Chase Hess and Kevin Hilborn, both trying to take over third and fourth from Mike Iverson.
Martin got loose there up in the lead position coming off turn 2. Emerson not close enough to capitalize on the miscue. Hilborn looking good in third right now in the 72, but here comes Hess to the inside of Iverson.
Hess down to the inside of car number 11. He'll slip by the pinball and into the fourth position. Abel Castelline, unfamiliar territory for him, riding around right now in the 5th spot, just getting by Mike Iverson. Meanwhile, Ethan Martin leads over Rick Emerson as we come down across flags, 4 down, 4 to go.
Well, still only halfway here, so Castelline still has some time to work with here. I think he was just waiting for the traffic to clear out there. There wasn't really much of an avenue for him to get around some guys, and now he gets around another guy as Chase Hess slides high in turn number 1 and 2, so that'll give Castelline another spot here as he's making his way around Iverson. Meanwhile, out front, it's still Ethan Martin, but Rick Emerson and Kevin Hilborn are catching up quickly.
Castelline moves up into 4th now, but this is going to run out of time for the 28 car as these Mustangs keeping Emerson's purple machine. I think it's a Nissan Sentra or something like that back there. Looking pretty wild. He's had that car running for a few years. Looking good in second though as Hilborn getting wild up on the top trying to make up some ground.
Coming down to 2 to go for Ethan Martin leading the way. Rick Emerson in second, Kevin Hilborn third, then it's Abel Castelline and Mike Iverson. They touched wheels the last time around as they were making that pass. The 4th place pass for Abel Castelline, and we'll come down to the white flag with Ethan Martin on cruise control right now as this field is spread out in the closing laps.
So Ethan Martin takes the white flag, 1 lap to go. Rick Emerson holding down second right now. Everybody just freight training around. Kevin Hilborn really pushing here into turn number 1 every lap. He's got the wheels cranked hard left, and then he gets it straightened out coming down the backstretch.
So Martin will come around off turn 4, looking pretty good, just ahead of Emerson and Hilborn. Castelline will run 4th, Iverson 5th, and that will do it out here as these 8-lap SO Mini Stock race number 2 gets completed.
14 years old. Back down there now. My binoculars. Night ones. Those little cars are just safe.
Gentlemen.
So Dan Stewart and Ethan Martin drag raced into turn number 1, and Ethan Martin came out with the lead initially here. Rick Emerson on the outside of Stewart going down into turn number 3.
And off at 3 they come. Leader gets way loose in 4, right in front of the field. They bunch up 3 wide in behind.
Here they come. It's like Talladega all over again. Bump drafting down the front stretch. Hilborn all over the back end of Rick Emerson. Good to see that purple people leader back at the front again.
Now Hilborn making a charge in that 72 already. He's on the outside of Martin going into turn number 3, and he'll take over that spot. Meanwhile, Mitchell Brown, he's got 3 feature wins this year, and he's already up to third in that number 10 car.
Back to turn 1 goes Rick Emerson in the 86 car. Hilborn looking very quick here in the 72, and Mitchell Brown off of turn 2. They will pull away.
3 cars break away at the front of the field. Rick Emerson, Kevin Hilborn, and your point leader, Mitchell Brown. He's looking for 4 wins in 5 nights of racing. This youngster has been fast all year.
So Emerson has Hilborn all over his tail right now. Mitchell Brown starting to make a charge as well as Hilborn draws right in on Emerson.
Hilborn pushing that 86 around turn 2, but Mitch Brown right there in the number 10. Hilborn charges in and noses right up the back bumper of Emerson.
They'll come down to complete lap number 5 with Emerson leading the way. Hilborn right there, but the youngster Mitchell Brown throws a fender down to the inside. He thinks better, lets off, and they go single file through corners 1 and 2.
So the top side is still the preferred groove right now. These guys not really able to make much of a charge on the bottom right now. As I say that, Hilborn tries to go down there, and that'll open the door for Mitchell Brown on the top. That might have been a mistake from Hilborn.
Hilborn will lose a lot of ground on that one as he pinched off the momentum down to the bottom of 3 and 4. Now Mitchell Brown will be the next one to try and knock the rear bumper cover off of the 86 of Emerson.
They'll go down the backstretch with Mitchell Brown right there looking to that high side that worked to get around Kevin Hilborn, but Rick Emerson stays up in the top groove. That doesn't open the door for Brown. They'll come across the line to complete lap 7 with now just 8 laps to go.
Mitchell Brown looking on the outside as they get around 1 and 2. That was very tight there.
Yeah, Mitchell trying the outside there. Rick Emerson not allowing a lot of space there, but just a little bit. And Brown trying to use that to his advantage right now. He's got his nose in there coming out of turn number 4.
Mitch Brown goes to the outside. He gets around. Emerson got to get down to the bottom. The short way around, Greg.
This time by will be halfway. Mitchell Brown leading the way. Rick Emerson in tow in the second spot. Kevin Hilborn, the only other car in tow in this lead group. Right now, Ethan Martin all by himself alone in 4th.
Hilborn's still trying to make a groove for himself down there on the bottom. He's been unsuccessful so far, but halfway down, 8 laps in, 7 to go now, and it's starting to come in just a little bit as he gets a good run on Emerson coming out of turn number 2.
Brown has been the class or the smell of the show. He's been stinking it up so bad. He's been so good here in 2009, just pulling away from these guys and making it tough for them to grab a win.
Working it down onto lap number 9. Mitchell Brown with a good lead. And Hilborn gets down to the inside of Emerson. Has problems on the 86. A great run spoiled as Rick Emerson high in corner number 2 and is headed to the pit area, although it looked like he had thought maybe he wasn't going to go in there.
Yeah, it looked like Rick just didn't really have an option there. It was either run into the tire or go to the pits, so he chose to go to the pits. And that allows Hilborn to take over that second spot. Not really able to gain too much on Brown right now, but he seems to be keeping pace.
Under 5 to go, 4 off of 4 for Mitchell Brown. Here he comes with just under a handful to go. Problems for Ayrton again off of high side of 1. Looked like he lost some debris there, Greg. I don't think he's going to make it back to the pits.
Jonathan Ayrton up there in the golf balls. There's a pile of range balls up high in corner 1 and 2, and he's just trying to make his way through there, pick up a few on the way to the pit area. Meanwhile, 4 wide here mid-pack as they go down into corner 1.
Yeah, these guys are wild and woolly down here. Mike Evers, Rob Slater, Mike Thorne, and Kelly Hallett all going at it back here.
Off the second turn comes Mitchell Brown. He will come around to C2 to go from starter. Dale Schoenemann got nearly a half track. It's at least a full straightaway on Kevin Hilborn, and they have a massive margin over the third place Abel Castelline.
Given a few more laps, I think Mitchell Brown would be into lap traffic, but I don't think that's going to play a factor as he will come down in a half a lap to take the white flag. One more trip around. The only man to beat Mitchell Brown this year, not in the field tonight, Rick Robinson.
So Mitchell Brown takes the white flag from Dale Schoenemann for full straightaway ahead of Kevin Hilborn. Abel Castelline holding down 3rd. Ethan Martin and Dave Goodacre going at it for that 4th spot.
Mitch Brown will bring it down around turn 3 and 4. Getting into the back end of the lap traffic. Final time around for the youngster. Makes it another one. Notch on his belt for Mitchell Brown. Second place coming along, it will be the 72 of Hilborn, and a long way back to Castelline. He will bring it around with Martin 4th, and David Goodacre will round up 5th. Well, taking a quick look to next Friday, June 26th, Grand River Electronics and BS&B. Well, he works way on the number 10. How about our Ohsweken fans? Big round of applause for Mitchell Brown.
feature win number 4 for Mitchell Brown this year already. That's got to feel good after missing that one last week.
Yeah, it was tough not winning last week, but I guess you can't win them all.
Now tell us about how your pavement career is going. I know you started it recently.
Oh, it's good. We got a good car there. We had a good weekend last weekend in Mosport there. Finished 8th in the first 50, got spun out, but it wasn't bad, and then 4th in the second 50, which was pretty good.
And noticed an article in the Brantford Expositor this week, so you're getting all kinds of publicity lately.
Yeah, it was a good article, and it's all good, I guess.
So fans, check out the Brantford Expositor. They got lots of Ohsweken news and results, and congratulations, Mitch, on being in the paper, and congratulations on feature win number 4 this year.
Thank you.